Good morning, West Coast. Good afternoon, East Coast. Hello to everybody in between and outside. It's Ian, the Off-Kilter Crafter, and I hope you're having a great day. It is Sunday yet again, and I hope everybody's enjoying your Sunday so far and had a good weekend. Yesterday, I was over on Katie, the Greenland Quilter's channel. We hung out for a couple hours while I worked on quilting and quilt over at Becca's. And she worked on some cotton cuts blocks, thingamabobbers that they do. They have those blocks that you can make and all the things. So make sure to go check that out if you haven't already. I know Layla was over there yesterday. Hey Layla, I saw you. I saw you in the chat. And yeah, so it was a fun time. Had a good time. Layla is here currently in chat. So is Cheryl. Cheryl? Who is that? Cheryl? I think. Suzanne, Auntie L. Danielle, June, not Jonathan. Not Jonathan is here. Good to see y'all. June is here. Let's see. Roseanne is here. Who else am I missing? Auntie L. Flicky Cheeky's here. I've got a break between classes. Have an EQ final in 2.5 hours. 5-degree jump finals. 5 something jump finals in about 3.5 hours. Awesome. I hope it goes well. Hello, Karen. Good to see you. Megs is here. Wait, let me get my product placement correct. There we go. There's the Threaded Lines logo. Good afternoon, Yo Patty G. Good to see you as well. Auntie L says it's unseasonably warm in Las Vegas this week. We are headed to 100 degrees later this week. Goodness gracious. Donna's here. Donna is here. And Donna very kindly sent me this in the mail. I got this week, so thank you so much, Donna. She made me this cute little reversible basket, so I can actually flip it out if I wanted to. I like this side, though. I like the side that she put it out on. But, yeah, it is a cute little basket, and inside there's a little Easter treat in there for me, so... it was funny in her emails, I told her thank you for the little Cadbury Easter egg, and she was like, what? One escaped? So thank you very much for that. I really appreciate that. Oh, 5-star. Got it. My bad, Flicky Chicky. 5-star. Got it. Josh is here. Josh, good to see you. So glad that you are feeling well enough to jump on the live stream, and hope your recovery is going well as well. So good to see you, Josh. So yeah, thank you so much, Donna, for the basket. I really appreciate it. I love it, and I'll have to find a perfect place for it. She says she keeps her little clips in there, and that might be a good idea for me in the future for a place to put my little snips. I'm gonna put this I'm gonna put that right there so that way it doesn't get in the way of things today. So hi everyone, good to see y'all. So glad to see y'all today. It's pouring rain, Susan says, in Florida. It's supposed to be raining tomorrow, and it's supposed to be like really bad weather, which I thought I was done with really bad weather after moving out of Texas, but apparently it followed me. So supposedly tomorrow we're supposed to have tornado threat and all kinds of things. So crossing my fingers that everything is a-okay, but that'll be tomorrow. So anywho, and here we are talking about, and Randy says, hello everybody, I've been making sawtooth stars this weekend, excuse me, plus digging out after the blizzard. So we've had a blizzard, we have severe weather tomorrow, we have all the weather represented, I feel like. Deb's here and says, hello everyone, getting ready for snow again tomorrow here in Iowa. Oh, goodness gracious. Dev Diablo, you are correct. And Def Diablo says, Phoenix is hot this week. It's supposed to be 101. I have some coworkers out there, and they posted the forecast, and it's like 101, 102, and my coworkers out there are like, don't start this already. Like, don't start this already, because there becomes a point, if you live in Phoenix or anywhere out that direction, you know that at a certain point, your air conditioner just doesn't shut off. Like, it just runs continuously the entire summer, and it just doesn't turn off. So they're like, please don't let that start up already, because we are not ready for that electric bill. Josh says, I'll hang here for a bit. Wanted to see what's on the project board. Well, today, speaking of the project, I have talked about this in the past. We almost got started on this, but then I put it down. It's the Bitsy Box. This is the Bitsy Box pattern by, who is this? Bodobo Bags. By Ticklegrass Designs. Ticklegrass Designs is the one who made this pattern, apparently. Ticklegrass Designs, Bodobo Bags. And it's a Bitsy Box. So this is a very, very small. Def Diablo says it does. My electric bill last year got to almost 400. Ooh, yikes. Yikes. So today we're going to be making, they're like really itty bitty bags. So as you can see here, they're very, very tiny. They're perfect for throwing like maybe your chapstick into. I don't know. Who knows? But we're going to be working on this today. And I wanted to get the D-rings for the little handles, but unfortunately all of my D-rings are really big ones for like 1.5-inch straps, and unfortunately I don't have any of the small ones. So that's something that I'll have to add to the list, but you don't have to have that, and maybe I might be able to figure out another way to put them on after I've sewn it. So today we're going to work on that. I've gone ahead and cut all of my materials out, so we are ready to start sewing on it and actually working on the project. I feel like my camera's gotten bumped a little bit, but you know, that's what happens when things are not 100% all the time. Like, it's kind of changes from time to time. So I may have to move that camera. Yeah, it has fallen a little bit now that I'm looking at it. So let's see if I can fix that just a hair. Oh, I'm showing secrets. There we go. All right. That's a little better. Something like that. All right, so what are we going to do? So I've already gone ahead. Oh, I should show the fabric that we're going to use today. I dug into my scraps bin. If you were over on Instagram, you saw that I have an overflowing pile of scraps. And still trying to figure out what to do with them. But we're going to be using these. And actually, Donna, your basket kind of inspired me to use this fabric today because I had a little scrap left over. That was the perfect size for this. So today we're going to be using those. And the first step, when I grab my instructions, and remember, I'm not going to be showing the instructions. I'm not going to be telling you what size to do things. You need to buy the instructions in order to do that because we need to make sure to pay our pattern designers the rightful money that they deserve. So I'm not going to be showing off any of that information, but I will be kind of walking through the pattern. So we're going to work on that. So let's see, it says to mark outside of fabric sewing lines using a disappearing marker or chalk lines at 1/2-inch increments. So first thing we need to do is let's see, leave the outside. So we're going to be sewing basically on the 1/2-inch marks. So I'm going to grab my ruler up here, make sure I don't accidentally pull it off of the wall, and I'm going to grab my air erasing marker, air and water soluble. So we're going to grab this one, and we're going to make some lines. Oh, the Fortune Tula. Oh my gosh. You will never let me live that down. Ever, ever, ever. Goodness gracious, guys. Y'all are so silly. Y'all are so silly. So I'm going to put in my first line. So there's my first line. I'm going to change this over to to my quilting. Oh, so Sewing Granny says, no D-ring, use the fabric. Well, the good thing is I don't have a D-ring that will be small enough for this project. So we won't be using that today. And I forgot to put my walking foot down after I changed my foot. There we go. So I always want to put that in there. So there we go. There's our first line in. And that fabric has some hints. Oh my goodness. Flaky cheeky. Y'all are crazy. Y'all are crazy. All right, let me grab. So I have a little seam guide that I can put onto my machine. And I'll space it out at 1/2 inch. I got to remind myself which number the 1/2 inch is. Let's see, so that's that line right there. All right, so I'm going to pop my little seam guide in here, or my, I guess it's a seam guide. I don't remember. Whatever it is. It's a little measurement tool, so I'm going to pop it right on that line right there, and I'm going to tighten up my screw so that way it stays in place. Right there. Right there. Jones says, hi, Ian, and everyone in chat. It's 64 here in Springfield, Illinois, and it's supposed to have ice and snow by tomorrow morning and then 70 by Wednesday. Don't think winter is through with us yet. Well, I don't think winter knows what it's doing at this point. Roseanne says, I cut my index finger on my left hand with my rotary cutter Friday. Thank God I didn't bleed on the white fabric I was cutting. Goodness gracious, I'm so sorry you did that. And please be careful when using your rotary tools. I'm always worried about doing that, to be honest. It scares me a little bit, and I try to keep my fingers back as much as possible just for that reason. So the first step that we're doing today is this, we're doing our 1/4 inch, and then it says to go back and sew in between those. So we've got some work ahead of us to do. Well, true. Flicky Chicky says, I never behave, and that is so true. Oh, I was supposed to do 1/2 inch, but then, oh, it doesn't matter. It don't matter. I accidentally, oh no, did I do the half art? Did I do, what is this, half an inch? Is that 1/2 inch? I don't know what I did. I'm so forgetful. I forgot what I did. That's a 1/2 inch. Pretty sure. Yep, that's a 1/2 inch. Okay, I did do 1/2 inch. I'm forgetting what I just did. So anywho's, we're going to be doing our 1/2 inch marks, and then we're going to go back, and it says to go back and do in between the 1/2 inch. So I guess the 1/4 marks. Oh my gosh, Shelly, I'm not going to read that out loud because that grosses me out a little too much, but I hope that you are feeling better, and there's a reason why I was not a doctor. It was about a year ago. I was vacationing with my in-laws, which means we were nearing or just past the anniversary of the fortune cookie fiasco. Layla, you are not helping. You are not helping. Fortune cookie fiasco. Oh my gosh. I'm going to tell everybody at the retreat. Running late. What are we working on? We're working on the Bitsy Box pattern. The Bitsy Box pattern. I've talked about this one a couple of times, and this is the first time I'm actually getting going on it. I've never done it before, so we're going to see how this works out. It's a cute pattern, though. It's a super cute pattern. Finally getting a chance, says Jackie, to sit down, washing all the blankets and winter sweatshirts so that they go into a tub in the garage. I need to do a quilt exchange of pulling out the winter, putting away the winter quilts and pulling out the summer/spring quilts. But we'll see when that happens. Again, yo, Patty G, I'm not going to read that out loud because there was a reason why I was not a doctor, but that does not sound fun. At all. No, thank you. No, thank you. Let's see here. Yeah, I can barely fit one more in there, so we're going to fit that last row in there. Now, in theory, I should go back and forth. I should go up one way, turn around, come back down the other way. But I don't care because it's not that big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal. And this is all going to get trimmed. So the whole piece is going to get trimmed down. She gives you enough space. She actually gives you 1 inch on all sides. So that way you can trim it down to be the perfect size. So I'm not freaking out too much if it's pulling one way or doing whatever. Let's see. Just pulled out my spring quilts last night, says Raffy Burgess. Burger. It's now 23 degrees today. Isn't that always the case? You're like, oh, spring has sprung. Oh, wait, no, just kidding. Def Diablo says, do y'all know any spring/summer colored Halloween fabrics? There is one that I did, and I don't remember the name of it, but it is kind of like a witchy, Halloween-ish kind of vibe, but it was in like purples and pinks and grays and stuff like that. So not exactly kind of like a spring-ish vibe, but it doesn't give like spooky fall Halloween vibes, so... And of course I can't remember the name of it. I did it on a video in live stream series a couple of months ago, and I can't remember which one. In fact, that's the quilt I was working on quilting last night, so yesterday. Y'all are having side conversations. Wish I could play music on YouTube. That would be great. Linz says, living in Phoenix, I don't really need to have need for winter/summer quilts. It's supposed to be... Lynn says it's supposed to hit 206 this week. I don't think it's going to be 206 degrees, Lynn. I think that was a slip on the keyboard there. I think it's going to be 106. But Lord have mercy, if it's supposed to be 206 degrees, things will start incinerating, I feel like. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Maybe she did mean 206 degrees. I don't know. Bobby says, well, you guys with the heat warnings, it has to be better than 7 degrees. I don't know. I feel like I would take the 7 degrees over the 106 degrees because there's only so many pieces of clothing you can take off before it becomes illegal. Josh says there's a new collection that is Halloween themed and has some softer elements. It's called Coven by Robin Pickens. So check into that. Oh no, Princess Sheeps says currently watching AAA dig a car out of the snow. Def Diablo says not 206, my soul would evaporate. Lynn says yes, 106. Is there much of a difference? I mean, a little bit of a difference, I feel like. Oh goodness. All right, so we've done that. By the way, we made our sandwich of fabrics. I don't like how dark that camera is today. That's weird. I feel like, I don't know. One of these days I'll have a true setup where I can actually control all the lighting and control all the things and, you know, have an actual like studio setup, but we make do with what we got for now. All right, so, and then go back and sew in between so that you have a stitch every 1/4 inch. So I'm gonna work now on doing, Savannah says, fact on the cold versus hot, Ian, I can always add more layers. Exactly. Exactly right. You can only take off so many pieces of clothing before it's a oopsie doodle. Let me see if I switch feet, if that may work better. And that does feel like that's going to work better, so I'm going to take this off. The difference is life or death. Absolutely. That is the difference. You are 100% correct on that. So I'm going to switch out feet really quick. And we'll do the 1/4 inch foot. This is the 97D foot that I just put on. And I'm going to run it right along the stitching that I just did. And that'll give us approximately the 1/4 inch. It's not going to be perfect, but, you know, hey, normal's just a setting on the dryer, so there you go. Savannah says, I prefer to avoid swampy weather at all costs. I prefer not to have 110-degree heat, which is why I moved out of Texas. And yet the severe weather still finds me. Who said that? Jackie said, I would take the 7 degrees. Nearly impossible to get comfortable in 102. That is the truth. Like, again, there's only so much air conditioning can do. There's only so much layers can do. There's only so much sweating can do. I would much rather be able to put more things on and survive in the cold than I would be to live somewhere super hot. Hello, Molly. Good to see you. How's everything going? Hey, I'm going to be talking at Fort Worth. I don't remember if you're still a member of the Fort Worth Modern Quilt Guild, but I'm going to talk for a few minutes about the cruises at the next Fort Worth meeting. By the way, guys, if y'all are interested in the Alaska cruise, it is getting ready to close up. So if you've been like on the fence, now is the time to get on board. So check out the link. Go check out the cruise. We'd love to sell it out. We're almost there and we'd love to sell it out. I think we're going to spend half the broadcast just sitting here doing the quilting. We're about halfway done with the second rows of stitching, so we're almost there. We're almost there. Becca and Mary will be getting back to the area this evening. They've had a great time hanging out with Alicia, and Michigan, and they'll be coming back this evening. So hopefully their plane and everything, I think they're at the airport right now. Who knows? Maybe they're watching. Maybe they're watching the broadcast while they're waiting in the airport. I don't know. Karen says, hey, Ian, when will the signups for the project part of the cruise open again? Soon. Very, very soon. It will be opening like mid to late April. It's at the 120-day mark, whatever that is. So count 120 days from the cruise, and that should be about the time that that information comes out. At this moment, everybody who is signed up for the cruise, the last stats that I had, which are a little delayed, but from the last stats that I had, everybody who is going on the cruise for the project and to sew, everybody who's doing the quilting and sewing portion of the oh, did I do something wrong? Alaskan. Oh, I bet I did. Oh, I sure did, didn't I? I spelled that completely wrong. Gosh, that dyslexia, let me tell you. Anywho, everybody who signed up, who is going on the cruise for the project, who's going to be sewing, everybody's going to get in. So if you are hoping to do that and are freaking out about spots available, don't, because at this moment, per the knowledge that I have, everybody's getting their spot. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Thank you for catching me on that spelling. I've put that in there so many times and nobody's caught me on that spelling, or at least they haven't said anything. So, Joan, thank you for catching me on that. Or excuse me, Donna, thank you for catching me on that. Doan is asking, did you get the long arm quilts finished yesterday? Are you still doggy sitting? I am. Bella is in the other room at the moment. She wasn't feeling well. She kind of upchucked her dinner last night, unfortunately. I know what happened. I actually watched what happened go down, but she ate her food and was doing fine, and then I refilled her water dish, and as soon as she saw the water, she filled her belly with copious amounts of water, and sure enough, it made her upchuck her dinner, so she got a little bit of a second dinner because she threw everything up, unfortunately, but she's hanging in there. She's okay. She's hanging out in the other room. She wanted to sleep a little bit, so. Jackie says, my daughter has installed a wall-mounted oscillating fan in my house. It really keeps the house cooler, plus the thermal drapes. Last summer, the indoor high temperature was 80 degrees, and I have mini fans. I actually did not, like, when I lived in Texas, I would actually not run my air conditioner during the day. I would have it set to, like, 78. So if it got really extremely hot, it would run. But then at night, I would lower it down. And I don't know if that's the best way to do it. I don't know which is more energy efficient and effective for costs and everything. So some people say you should like set your temperature and just leave it and not mess with it, because, you know, having to run it up more, trying to catch up to that temperature is harder on the system than to, I don't know what the truth is, to be completely honest with you. I have no idea what the truth is, and I'm sure there's scientific studies out there somewhere, I just haven't checked them. So, all right, there we go. There is every 1/4 inch we have sewn. So now we're going to trim this down. Again, I'm not going to give measurements because that is not what we do for patterns that we pay for. I am going to trim this down, and it has the measurements right here. So I'm going to work on that really quick. Let's see. Can I use that ruler? Hold on 2 seconds. Yep, I can use that ruler. So we're going to use this ruler. Love Loathingly says, poor baby. I always make mine stop when he tries to drink a ton, especially after eating. But my Dane has had a tackled stomach. Yeah, it was, I heard her drinking, and I was like, gosh, that's a lot of water. And I just wasn't, I didn't even think about, like, what would happen afterwards. Oh, well. Lizbeth, Coffee? I'm so pronouncing that wrong. I do apologize. Liz, I'm going to call you Liz, if that's okay. Liz says, hello, my first live with the amazing Ian. Oh, stop it. Stop it. Tell me more. No, just kidding. Oh, thanks for the play-by-play, princess. They finally got this car unstuck. Molly's asking what we're working on today. We're working on the Bitsy bag. This is by Bodobo Bag Patterns. Also, you can look for Tackled Grass Designs, or Tickled Grass Designs, my bad, Tickle Grass. So we're working on the Bitsy bag. First time I'm making it. First time I'm making it. All right, let's do the thing. So we're going to trim this down to a certain size, which I almost said out loud, and then I was like, nope, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't read it out loud, Ian. That's a no-no. I'm actually going to stand up, and you get to see my booty. My booty, everyone. You're welcome. Jesus. I'm so stupid. All right, so we're going to trim it to that, and I'm just going to place it right there. Probably would have added just a hair more onto it. So if you do end up working on this, you might want to just trim just a hair, or like cut out just a smidge more fabric. It's not a big deal. There's nothing, like, it's going to be perfectly fine. I just love to give myself a lot of room on the outside. So that way I can really square things up where I want them to be. But it's also, like, this isn't bad. This isn't bad by any stretch of the imagination either. So I've got plenty of room to play with, and I think it'll turn out great no matter what. All right. There we go. All right, so I have trimmed that. Shaking my booty. All right. This is what you get on the live stream, right as Shirley comes in, too. Shirley from Alaska. Goodness gracious, you just came in and saw my butt. You're welcome. All right, we've trimmed it down to be this size. So let's see what our next step is. Beth, not Liz. Oh, okay. Last name sounds like Choffrey. Okay. Beth. All right. Got it, Beth. I will call you Beth if I can remember. I have bad problem remembering names, so apologies in advance for that. All right. Right side down onto the outside on one of the zippered ends. So along the edge. Okay, so we're going to go right side to right side on our zipper. I'm actually going to switch foot again. I'm going to switch to my, I'm taking my 1/4 inch foot off and switching back to my regular foot, which is the 1D foot, 1D. I just noticed that the thread is wrapped around my, why is that not going in there? There we go. My thread is wrapped around my needle, so I'm actually going to re-thread the needle because it was trying to wrap around. And it just popped out again. How dare you? Oh no, it did make it through. Okay, we're good. We're good. It's going to be teeny. It is, Donna, this is a bitsy bag. Bitsy, bitsy, bitsy. So, let's see. Anything but late for meals is what my dad's, right? Yep. True, Beth. True. Absolutely true. Alrighty. So, what are we doing? I got distracted. All right, what are we doing? Okay, so we're going to sew this. Again, we're sewing this right side to right side. Center the zipper right side down onto the outside on one of the short ends. So we're going to do on one of the short ends? Is that right? I guess so. Yeah, that looks right. Okay, we're going to go with that. This is a really long zipper. This is like, I bought a thing of zippers off of Amazon a long time ago. And it's like, it was 150 zippers or something like that. And that's what we're using today. So we're going to be working. There we go. All right. It was fighting me for a second. I'm like, wait a minute. Why? It felt like sometimes it doesn't happen very much, but every now and again, the feed dogs will work in reverse. It'll like try to push towards me versus like taking it in for some reason. I don't know why it happens. It just does. But sometimes it felt like it was going in reverse. And I was like, why are you doing that? You shouldn't be doing that. But it wasn't. It was just having a hard time gripping everything. All right. So we're going to fold it in half, lining on the outside and make sure and lining up the other short end of the zipper. Make sure both sides are even and right side of zipper is facing outside of fabric, so down edge. What? Hold on. I'm going to get this. I'm going to read this again. Fold fabric in half, lining on the outside, right? Okay. So lining on the outside, fold in half. And line up other short end of zipper. Make sure sides are even and right side of zipper is facing outside fabric. Sew down edge. Oh, I see what it's saying. Oh, I get it. I got it. I figured it out. I got it, guys. I got it. I know. I got it. We're going to line up our edge. We're going to make sure that our sides are lined up. Let's see. Shirley says, I just bought a download pattern called Warmth of Our Stars in one of the mini Someday projects. You know, I have many of those as well. I get it. This feels very close, but I think it's going to be okay. We'll find out what happens. This feels very close. I don't like this. I don't like this. I think it's going to be fine, but I don't like it. I still don't like it. All right, there we go. Shirley says, howdy, everyone. Hello, how are you doing today? That's not what I wanted. I wanted this one. Hold on 2 seconds, everyone. All right, we're good. All right, so that's that. Okay, so no, it does fine. It does, okay. It felt very, it made me very nervous. I'm going to be honest with you. It made me very nervous to sew that close to the edge, but it's just fine. It is just fine. Open your zippers and zigzag the edge of the seam you just sewed. Trim away any messy threads after the zigzag. So we're going to zigzag. Oh, I forgot I was sewing with not my 1/4 inch anymore, but that's okay. So we're going to sew. We now open up the bag and we sew our little thing a bit bigger. Howdy, howdy. Late to the party. Baking bread today. Mama J, what are you sending me? What bread are you sending me? Or bread. Wait. Yeah, baking bread. What kind of bread are you sending me? I'm joking. I'm totally joking. All right, so we are going to sew the messy ends with a zigzag stitch. So that's the inside. Yep. It's basically just kind of locking everything in place. That needle is really far over. Let me double check something really quick. What if I go this way? Oh, I can't. Oh, I've got a single. Oh, I almost did a bad thing. I almost did a very bad thing. I totally forgot I have my single stitch plate on. Let's take that off right now. I almost broke a needle. Ooh, that was close, you guys. That was so close. That would have been bad. But I caught it just in time. We are good. We are good. We are good now. All right, so let's try this again. Can I move this over? I want to see where it lands. That's okay, cool. I was checking to see like where it would land as I'm actually sewing it because I don't want it to go any further. I think I'm going to put my needle right there. I think that's where I'm going to put it. So let's see what happens. Yeah, I almost did a bad thing by, oh man. Let's see. Not sure if it would make it with you without spoiling no preservatives and with the post office the way they are, you know. Yeah, I do know. I do know indeed. So I get it. I get it. I'm just kidding you, but it'd be great. Are you doing a zigzag top stitch? Donna, yes, I am doing, I'm actually doing a diamond shape. So it's actually like 2 diamonds in a row, and what I'm doing is I'm helping to basically top stitch it and clean up that edge a little bit so that way it's basically serging the edge, if you will. It's actually creating a little bit of a stitch on the edge to keep all of the fabric, threads, everything else in place. Is what's happening. Where's that Shelby? Usually Shelby's here on Sundays, so where's that Shelby? Shelby? Did I miss you? Did you? Where's Banana Joe? I just remembered Banana Joe. I haven't seen her either. Where are they? Where are you? Can you set the machine to know which plate you have on it? Then it won't let the needle hit the plate if you don't change it. So yes, I can change the plate information in the system so that way I don't accidentally almost break a needle like I almost did just now. However, I have to do that manually. It doesn't read the plate on its own. The new 990 does that on its own, but unfortunately I do not have the 990. I have the 770, and in order for that to happen, I have to manually change out the plate information. So as I put my, do I need any more? Oh, it is going to tell me to do that. So I'm going to leave this plate in because I do see later in the instructions that it does tell me to do that. So. Ian, wouldn't your machine have told you you had the wrong plate in? It is a Bernina after all. Deborah, again, it does. If I push the button to change the plate on it, it does. But unfortunately, it doesn't read what plate is in there automatically. It's sad, but it is what it is. Mama J says, I saw them earlier this morning. They may be in Discord with Deb and Lisa and Mona. How dare they? How dare they? Oh, there she is. Shelby said she just got here a few minutes ago. Oh, how funny. Isn't that funny? I must have a ESPN with you, and I just knew you were here. All right. All right, so we did that. Let's see. What is our next step? Fold the zipper edges to the lining side, pulling outside fabric away from zipper teeth, top stitch on the outside, making sure to catch the zippered edge. So now we're going to do basically a top stitch. Wait, do you have a Discord now? I do not, Love Loathingly. I do not. Have I come out to Walsa lately? I don't know. I don't know. Where is that? Have I been there before? Am I missing something? I have to go. I'll watch the replay later. All right, Lori, have a wonderful day. Thanks so much for stopping in and hanging out for a little bit. All right, so we're going to do a top stitch. You know what? We're going to leave it as is. I was going to play with the settings, but I'm just going to leave the top it should be like something different, but I'm not going to worry about it. I am not going to worry about it. I'm going to leave it as is. And I'm just riding the foot along the edge of the zipper. Oh, I hate that, Mama J. Mama J says, I would be posting videos had my computer not decided to do updates last week, and now it will not let me edit. I need a new computer badly. Oh, Mama J, I'm so sorry. I hate that. Oh, there's Zaza. Or, yep. There's Zaza. It's like I say your names and you appear. I say your names, and now y'all appear. Zaza, how are you feeling? How's your eyeball? Right, exactly. Were your ears burning? Exactly. Exactly. All right, so we have top stitched across. Let's just take a peek, shall we? Let's take a peek at, oops, wrong way. Let's take a peek at what this looks like so far. That's the wrong way. at that. Look how cute this is. Look at it. It's a little bag. The edges are aligned, so that's a good thing. Look at that. It's okay, but still can't see because of the bubble. Yeah, my mom had that too. Becky says, what other magical powers do you have, Ian? I don't know. That's the power of manifesting. It decided that Windows 10 was not good enough, so I needed to upgrade to 11, and now there's not enough space to edit videos. Oh, I hate that. Am I the only person thinking about the bag be this small should go faster? Well, Def Diablo, part of it is me talking. Part of it is me talking. Like, that is, honestly, I can usually get projects done so much faster when I'm not live streaming. It is what it is. All that dang quilting. It is a lot of quilting, that's for sure. All right, we're going to set the bag off to the side. We're going to work on these tabs now. So let's see, we did that. So now we need to do the tabs. We're going to fold tabs in half, press, and fold short ends on the center again, fold half again, top stitch both edges. Okay, so I'm going to need my pressing station, because we are now going to work on pressing these tabs. So what are we doing? Fold tabs in half and press, and open and fold short ends to the center, and then fold in half again. So I guess it doesn't really matter. Okay. I guess it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. Oh, iron needs to warm up. That's what needs to happen. The iron needs to warm up. I like the fabric choices. Thank you, Princess. Appreciate that. Also, small bags are more of a pain when they're teeny corners and areas to work. So, Love Loathingly, you have a very good point. It's harder for me, I feel like, to work on small bags because the quarters are so tight to work in. It can be difficult to do anything with them because they're just so freaking small, you know? It can be a lot. I don't know if this is the right way. Fold tabs in half, open and fold short ends to the center, and then fold in half again. Okay, so it is telling me to do that. Okay, all right. This doesn't feel right, but I'm gonna trust the process. I'm gonna trust the process. I said I'm gonna trust the process and do what it tells me to do. Didn't quite get that exactly right, but that's okay. Fold in half again. This feels very tiny. This does not feel right. And I feel like mine doesn't match up with the image on there at all. But the pictures line up. The pictures work, but it doesn't. What did I do? What did it? I don't know. We're gonna go with it. We're gonna trust the process. We're gonna trust the process. I said trust the process, everyone. I don't know why I'm whispering. Why am I whispering, everyone? I don't know. Let's see. I don't know. We're going to trust the process, though. Do, 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 do. See, it's really tiny. It's very, very tiny. I mean, I guess it makes sense for the Bitsy bag, but like, It's definitely smaller than what the picture has on here. It's definitely smaller. It's like the directions are saying one thing and the pictures are doing something different. I don't know. Fold tabs. Let me make sure. Fold tab in half and press. Open. Open and fold short ends to the center. Short ends. That's the short end. Fold to the center. And then fold in half again. I don't know. We're gonna do it the way we did it last time because we don't want two different sized tabs. So we're gonna do the exact same thing that we did last time. But this, I don't know. I don't know. There we go. Make one tab larger so you can attach the carabiner later. Oh, that's actually kind of a good idea. I kind of like that idea. It's too late at the moment, but that's a good idea for in the future. You can put a carabiner on it. Hi, just got here. What did I miss? Not much, just working on the Bitsy bag. This is a pattern that I picked up at the crab, the angry crab, the crusty crab, the what crab? One of the quilt shops that's name is Crab, starts with crab. Yeah, I don't know. It's fine. We'll figure it out. Pictures can be deceiving. It makes things look bigger or smaller. Being zoomed in weird. That maybe, I don't know. I don't know. All right, so let's see here. Close the zipper halfway, fold in half, and make a small mark on the folded edge. So we have our tabs. We're going to set those over there. Looks like that's going to be the lining side. So we're going to close our zipper about halfway. We're going to fold our bag in half. So right about there. I've learned this from, oh, my pins are in the other room. Shoot. Guess we are going to do this then. I usually like pin it, but we're just going to do the mark like it says, because normally I would pin, but my pins are literally in the living room right now. So I will just mark it. Because I have a feeling I know what it's going to ask me to do. Fold one tab in half and center it inside over the zipper. Keep raw edges, the tab flush with raw edges of the fabric. Clip or pin in place. All right, so we're going to take one tab. We're going to fold it over. It is tiny, tiny, tiny tab. Tiny, tiny tab. And we're going to take and we're going to line up our mark. And we're going to line up our mark on top of the zipper, and we're going to make everything equal-ish. I'm going to grab a clip, and I'm going to clip all that in place. Watching the chat go by. All right, so, and then we're going to sew this, I bet. I bet it's going to tell us to sew. So, a 1/4 inch seam down the edge. Make sure to backstitch over the zipper and tab to reinforce. So now we're going to sew a 1/4 inch. And I don't have to back sew at the start and at the end because those are actually going to get cut. We're going to trim. Oh, I just dropped the clip on the floor. Where'd it go? There it is. Let's see. All right, so we're gonna go this way. We're gonna come to this. We're gonna slow down a little bit. It does say to backstitch over the zipper and the tab. So we're gonna do that. And then we're gonna keep going. And again, I don't have to backstitch at the beginning or the end because that's just gonna get trimmed off. They lectured you, Zaza? What? Can anybody lecture Zaza? I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Put that there. And now we'll go ahead and start sewing. It may not be perfect, but you know what? Who cares? Well, that clip just flew under my table. It flew under my table, so there's no getting that at the moment. I'll have to get that later after the broadcast and before my vacuum tries to suck it up. Because I don't want to wake up at 3 a.m. to as it tries to eat that clip. Nobody clip that. Nobody clip that. Ooh. Oh my gosh, Mama J, that's terrible. Zaza, my mom had a detached retina and I had to take her to have her surgery and they made me stay in the room with her as they did it. They did not knock her out while passed out. Oh my gosh. And I passed out. Oh my gosh. I know, Def Diablo. We get a clip. Clip that with the butt shaking earlier. Oh my gosh. A new meme of Ian. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. All right. So we did that. If you're adding a D-ring, this is the step to do it. Unfortunately, I don't have one, so we're just gonna keep going. So both sides, trim excess zipper, flush with edges. So I'm gonna grab my scissors. Nothing worse than an accidental noisy vacuum. What can I say? There have been times I dropped a candy wrapper. And so at 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm hearing this noise and I'm waking up going, what is that? And I come out to find the vacuum was trying to suck up a candy wrapper, but instead just got stuck in the brush. Hi, Banana Joe. 3 ads? What? That should not be because I have ads turned off. I don't know why. I don't know why. I have my ads turned off at the moment. I passed out when I got my ears pierced. I'm a bit squeamish to say the least. Yeah. Yep, I get that. All right, so next thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna no, I guess I will do it that way. I must leave. Okay, Shirley, you must leave. All right, Shirley, have a wonderful day. I have things that need to be done before going to Bunko party? Is that how you say that? Bunko? Have an amazing day, everyone. Hope you have a good day. I know, Banana Joe, the whole gang's here now. The whole gang is here right now. All right. I'm going to go ahead and for those who, so it should work. I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to push the button for an add to play. It says it will play. You're not missing anything. I'm just going to work on cutting the you need to take a little chunk out. So it's kind of boring at the moment. You're not missing anything. I'm going to work on doing that really quickly. Cut out each square. Okay, mark a something square to each corner. Be sure to measure from the seam line and the fold. So we're going to measure from the seam line and the fold a certain amount that I'm not going to specify on camera. So I'm going to take my marker and I'm going to mark this. Oops. So I'm going to mark this really quick on all 4 sides. So, and after having done bags before, I'm very familiar with like measuring from the seam line and not the edge on the side that has the edge, the side that, y'all know what I'm trying to say, I think. Oops. All right, there we go. Donna says, you forgot to push the add button. I pushed it. It doesn't necessarily mean that it worked. That's the thing. All right, so I got my really big scissors here. I'm gonna be very careful when using these because I don't want to go too far in. Dang, this thing these things cut like butter. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy how sharp these are. And going through all these layers, holy cow. I would not want to get my fingers in this one at all. That would be scary. That would be very scary. Shh, don't tell him. I pushed the button. I don't know. It's not up to me. It is up to YouTube. And if YouTube says no ads for you, then feel lucky. I love these LDH scissors. Thank you to LDH for sending me home with this pair. These pair are amazing. These pair are absolutely amazing. And I love them. Thank you to LDH. Kind of sponsored. All right, there we go. So I trimmed out all 4 of those boxes. I love the sound of the scissors. Oh my gosh, like just the way that they're able to go through all of that material. Holy cow. Holy cow. Without, it is like butter. It is like butter. Zaza says I got a pair of those scissors from LDH too. They are amazing. They really are. They really, really are. You did not hang your swap quilt. No, it's on the floor over here. I still have yet to hang that up, so it will happen. I just haven't. I need to buy some more of those command Velcro strips. That's what needs to happen. That is what needs to happen. I'm walking back to horses may drop signal. All right, be careful. So again, I'm just going over the edge like it's telling me to do to kind of give it, what's the word? Surged edge a little bit. Clean up the edges a little bit. Oh, that's weird. Maybe I was pushing it too quickly through the machine. I don't know. I don't know. Gave spaces in between for some reason. There we go. Karen says a friend of mine has a locksmith slash scissor sharpener husband. He keeps her scissors nice and sharp. Many of us are jealous of her sharp. Her scissors are always sharp. That's pretty awesome, and you should ask him how much he charges and get yours done. My very old scissors cut like butter as well. I paid a lot at the time, 30 odd years ago. We will say those who spend money, we say those who spend more, spend less. Yes, exactly. Yes, now I get it. Shelby's husband sharpens her scissors. Oh my, oh my. LDH snips in the grab bags are the best. My other snips were almost 60 years old and bought originally in Japan. So thank you again. You are so welcome. You are so welcome, Donna. All right, so what are we doing now? All right, it says to mark all four corners. I'm not going to do that, to be completely honest with you. Squeeze the fabric open onto its Bitsy Box shape, matching the mark at the fold with the seam. I'm not going to do that because I can eyeball it. I can eyeball that, and so I don't have to mark that. I've done that, you know, I've done many a bags like this, so thank you, but I think I'm good. This is going to be the fun part, though, because, I mean, the seam is really tiny. The seam is really, really, really tiny. But it is what it is. So we're going to go like that. We're going to turn this back onto our regular stitching, and we're going to sew 1/4 inch. And on this one, I will back stitch at the beginning and at the end, because I really want to lock that into place. Oh my gosh, trying to line this tiny thing up. Oh my god, it's so hard. It's so tiny. It is so freaking tiny. Oh my goodness. It's probably a good time to use a stiletto. Am I going to though? No. No, I'm not. All right, one side down, one more to go. I'm literally just kind of squashing the bag because it's so tiny and there's not much for me to hold on to as I'm doing it, but it is what it is. Thing is so tiny. Oh my gosh, I've never made a bag so tiny before. So tiny. There we go. So now we're going to switch back and do, it says to do our last little thing here. We're going to do our what's this called? Serging. We're going to do a little bit of serging here. Hello, Nikki. Good to see you. Did you finish quilting that quilt? I did, Banana Joe. I sure did. I finished that last night on the live stream. Even with the tension issue that I had. Long arms are just so finicky sometimes, and unfortunately it did have a little bit of eyelashing. I'm not going to worry about it though. It's not terrible. It will work itself out with, you know, washing and all that kind of stuff, so it is what it is. It is what it is. This kind of looks like a hot mess, but, you know, it'll be fine. I'm going to do a little bit of trimming on some threads. How's the fur ball? She's doing all right. She's in the other room. She didn't feel so well last night, so she's kind of resting today. She kind of upchucked her dinner last night because she drank too much water all at once, and that really played with her stomach a little bit, but she's okay. She's all right. So we're trimming, doing some trimming now. Trimming off all the threads. And supposedly we are done with our Bitsy Box. And we'll take a look at it. I like the idea of I don't remember who said that, but making it big enough for a carabiner. I love that idea. I think that's a great idea for the future. And I'll have to remember to do that next time. She is missing her mom, that is for sure. Were you in the live stream last night? I will have to hunt for you. I was on Katie's channel, the Greenland Quilter. I was over on her channel, and we hung out for a couple hours while I quilted, and she worked on a cotton cuts project. So the teeny bitsy box, teeny bitsy box. So now we're gonna open this up all the way. Did you give the dog wine? No, I did not. I did not give wine to the dog, silly. And nor did I give her baked potato this time either. All right, we flip this inside out. Oh my gosh, this is so tiny, so tiny. All right, there we go. And then we pop this one out. And I have a thread to trim off. There we go. So we're gonna keep popping that out and popping this out. Did you give her? I did give her a bath. I did give her a bath. She needed one. She was a little stinky. She's a little stinky. Little stinky. What am I making? I'm working on the Bitsy Box. This is a pattern from Bodobo Bags. So if you're looking for it, it is Bodobo Bags. It is called the Bitsy Box, and they are tiny as all get out, but they are honestly super cute. As I look at this one, super cute, super cute. I'm gonna push out the seam a little bit more. There we go. All right. Oh my gosh. Look at this. Look at that. I'm looking at the monitor over there. I'm going to square it up a little bit. I'm just going to squeeze the edges here. What I'm doing, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this or not, but I'm literally just kind of squeezing the edges. If I wanted to, I could take my clips and I could clip them overnight, because I did use by Annie stuff inside of it. The soft and stable. There we go. I did use soft and stable on the inside. So, oh my gosh, it's adorable. Look at this. Look at that. Let's see. Denise says, you were cradling her and bouncing her like a newborn. So cute. I was. She's just so tiny, and she just like, it's so cute. Just like, I could probably, this could be her bag. This could be her little purse. So yeah, I love it. Even though it felt like the tabs weren't right, I still don't think they are right. No, I guess they are right. I guess the picture just looks weird. So I don't know. The tabs are the right size. It's a fortune cookie bag. Yeah, exactly. But look at that. Look how cute that is. I'm going to put this in front of my face so it focuses on this. Look at that. Look at that. And then it like opens up. It's so tiny. And then it just has a little... It is cute. I love this. This is super cute. Cute little Bitsy bag. I don't know what you would put in it. Probably like chapstick or something like that. That's about all I could think to put in it. But it's the Bitsy bag. You can keep treats in there. You can keep one piece of candy. You could put one piece of candy in it. It's like a baby coin purse. Exactly. Yep. From the top, it kind of looks like... No, Jonathan. So... oh, that's true, Flicky Cheeky. That is true. She says that this bag would be a great to clip on a leash and hold poop bags. I can see that. It's a little coin wallet, Banana Joe. So there you go. That's actually really cute. I kind of love that. Little Bitsy bag. So that's the Bitsy bag. I need to make more of these. These are cute. These are little cute. Scroll up to see. Donna, I can't see, unfortunately. I can't scroll up. I'll have to look after the live stream. Yeah, Deborah says my $100 bills. Absolutely, that would be great. If I could have some more, please. Donna, I can't scroll up, unfortunately. Hey, Susan. Susan's jumping in here right as we're finishing up today, but we've made the Bitsy little bag. Purse charm. Yeah, there you go. There you go, Mona. Little purse charm. So, yeah. It's so cute. It's so stinking cute. I need to get, I don't even know how I'm going to get a picture of it because I always try and put like, I don't know how I'm going to picture that. Maybe I could like, does that it? Does that look good? Can I do that for the thumbnail? I don't know. I don't know. Earrings for trips. Yeah, you could put your earrings in there. I can see that. Open the zipper again. No, Jonathan, I'm not going to open the zipper again. You're going to get me in trouble. No, thank you. So, anywho, all right, there we go. There's the Bitsy bag. So, yeah, super cute, super fun, super easy, super, very easy to do. It doesn't take you long. Well, I mean, it took me a little longer because I'm sitting here chatting with all of you, but it wouldn't, like, if I was just sitting here focusing on this, wouldn't take me very long at all. So there you go. Bonobo bags, the Bitsy bag. The Bitsy bag. Best works with smaller prints. I would not put like a Tula huge print on it. There you go. There you go. Put a dangle on the zip. Yeah, yep. You could put a little thing on the zip there. So, all right, folks, that's it. That's all I got for today. It took us. I mean, normally I go for 2 hours, and here we are at an hour and 20 minutes, and it's already done. I'm going to change my plate on here so that way I remember to not, accidentally break a needle. But yeah, that's all I got for today. We'll work on something else next week. I don't know what. I feel like I want to get into another quilt and start in on another quilt. I just don't know which one. I just don't know which quilt I want to do. I've been looking at my shelves over here, and I do have 3 yards of fabric that I could do something with. I bought this back over a year ago from So Lovely. It's 3 yards of fabric, and we can make a 3-yard quilt. I've got to find a 3-yard quilt pattern. So, but you know, we'll see. We will see. Maybe I'll put some Halloween stuff together. How about that? We'll do that next week. So anyways, all right, everyone. Stay safe this week if you are on the East Coast. Keep an eye on the weather. Don't be scared. Be aware, I think is what Ryan Hall y'all says. So be weather aware. Keep yourself safe. I'm going to do the same. I wish Texas weather hadn't following me, but here we are. I hope everybody has a great day. Remember, I love each and every one of you. And of course, normal is just the setting on the dryer. I'll see everybody next Sunday. Bye, everyone.